Knicks prospect Jacob Toppin has been balling out in the G League, and we have to talk about it because the Knicks are short at forward right now, and we need someone to get real minutes. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to break this down right away. So let's do this. Jacob Toppin has been balling out in the NBA G League, especially over the last 2 days, where he has put up back-to-back 30-point performances. Now, last night, Toppin had 36 points and shot 12 for 17 from the field, while also going 4 for 8 from 3, and pulling down 12 boards and getting 2 steals in the process. And that's not all. The day before that, he had 32 points, 12 for 20 from the field, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. The man is playing excellent basketball for the Knicks right now, and that is nice to see because, as we know, Julius Randle will be out for a month with his dislocated right shoulder, and the Knicks are pretty short at forward. I mean, last night, OG Anunoby was out with some elbow inflammation, and they started Precious Achiuwa at the 4. Achiuwa's almost entirely played center for the Knicks so far, and they went with him as the starting power forward because the Knicks were short, literally, with forwards. Not only did they not have their 2 real forwards in Randle and OG, but also everyone else on the team who plays forward, aka Josh Hart, is short. He's 6'4". The Knicks opted to start Josh Hart at small forward with Precious at the 4. It's clear the Knicks are short at power forward, and if playoffs come around, they're going to need to have some insurance in there outside of just Randle and OG. So this basically means, in my mind, that the Knicks should look at Jacob Toppin and try to give him minutes in Randle's absence. We know that Toppin's playing well in the G League, and he really might be able to work it out at an NBA level. He's got a good three-pointer. He's super athletic. He's a good defender. But there's only one way to tell if he's an NBA talent, and that is to give him NBA minutes. So hopefully that's exactly what the Knicks do. And let's just take a look at Jacob's stats for the season. Toppin in 12 games played that he's all started in 36 minutes. He's averaging 20.4 points per game while also shooting 52.5% from the field and 37% from 3. He's getting 1 steal a game along with 8.1 rebounds and 2.5 assists. These are great numbers for the NBA G League. Toppin is clearly showing that he could be an NBA talent. He's 23 years old, so there's a chance he's ready now. He'll have that grown man strength, and it could just be something that the Knicks could try. And who knows, maybe it doesn't work. Maybe Toppin doesn't have it. Maybe it doesn't work out. But you have to try. The trade deadline's coming up, and the Knicks need to know, do they need more insurance at that forward position? Are they going to have to look for someone in case Randle's absence extends? In case OG goes down? In case Randle comes back and gets hurt again? The Knicks are short at forward, and they're going to need an insurance policy. They should find out if Jacob Toppin is that guy. And hopefully he is, because if Toppin is that guy, first of all, it's a young talent, which we love. But on top of that, then you don't have to give up any assets for that insurance policy. You just add Jacob Toppin to the roster as the 15th man, because right now the Knicks are sort of at 14 players, given, if you may have seen, the Knicks did sign Taj Gibson to a 10-day contract. Taj is back, stint number 4 with the Knicks. Who knows how long that'll last? Probably not an extended period of time. It is a 10-day after all. But with Jacob Toppin, he could become the 15th guaranteed roster spot, and the Knicks are going to look for trades, which is why they have 14 guys primarily on the roster right now, so they could kind of do 1 for 2, 2 for 3 trades with other teams. Now, obviously they're looking for a point guard for Emmanuel Quickley to extend that, or to replace what he gave the Knicks. But they also need to extend their forwards because they just really only have 2 in OG and Julius Randle. There isn't really a third actual 3-4 forward that they have. They have Josh Hart, and Josh Hart's perfectly fine as a backup power forward. Usually backup power forwards aren't that tall. They're mainly just spot-up shooters, so it's fine. But if one of them goes down, if Randle goes down, the Knicks are small. If OG and Randle are both out, the Knicks are really small. They should try to see if Jacob Toppin can really produce in some NBA minutes. Because if he can, you don't have to give up assets. You can just give up 1 first-rounder for an Emmanuel Quickley replacement, along with Fournier's contract for a Malcolm Brogdon or something like that, and use that to go into your future for the rest of the season. Use those other 7 draft picks to try, first round draft picks that is, to try to get a star this summer. And who knows who that star will be, but it'll probably be not a point guard because of Jalen Brunson, and probably not a power forward because of Randle, and OG can play either the 2 or the 3, so it'll be a wing, most likely, or maybe a center. Who knows? But with Jacob Toppin, he could give the Knicks a real bench guy for 10, 15 minutes a night when there are injuries, or even just in general. It doesn't hurt to add another forward to this team. They're thin at that position anyway, so why not try it out? I mean, if you got a guy averaging 20 and 8 in the G League on good shooting percentages, I think it's time right now that you test the water and see if Jacob Toppin can be an NBA level player. I don't see the point of letting him waste away in the G League. It's not like he's some 18-year-old who's super raw. He's 23. His athleticism is incredible. He's got a smart head. He's got a good head on him. He's smart. He's just a good defender. I don't see why not trying it out. Right now is the perfect time. And also, just a fun little thing about Jacob is that he received 2 player votes for the 2024 NBA All-Star Game. The full breakdown of Knicks to receive votes from other players are Jalen Brunson, who probably got it from a bunch of different NBA players, obviously. Julius Randle, who got it from probably a plethora of both Knicks and just other players around the league, same as Brunson. Precious Achiuwa and Josh Hart, who each got 4. I'll tell you right now, the 4 people who voted for Josh Hart are almost certainly Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Ryan Arcidiacono, and Mikal Bridges. And then DiVincenzo and Arcidiacono each got 1, potentially from Jalen Brunson, maybe Mikal Bridges, probably from Josh Hart, though if we're being real, it's probably Josh Hart, because Josh Hart's just a silly kind of guy. And neither of them, neither DiVincenzo or McBride, who are and Isaiah Hartenstein, all guys who are very valuable to the Knicks, and Arcidiacono in his own way, did not get as many votes as Jacob Toppin did. Jacob got 2 player votes. Now we know who one of them is. We know one of them's Obi. Obi and Jacob definitely voted for each other because they're brothers, and they're obviously going to. The players obviously don't take this as the most serious thing in the world all the time. I'm guessing some do and some don't. But that's one of the votes. But the question is, who else voted for Jacob Toppin? I mean, you'd have to assume it's someone on the Knicks roster. Maybe someone who's in and out of the G League. I don't know. Potentially Deuce McBride or something like that. Maybe Jericho Sims. It's hard to tell. But clearly Jacob has the respect of his peers on the New York Knicks if he's getting a vote. Because we know that other vote that's not Obi is coming from a guy on the Knicks. So I say give it a chance. Start the guy. See what happens. It cannot hurt the team to test the Jacob Toppin experiment out. There's really no downside. You test him out. He plays a few games. If he plays badly, then you cut it. If he plays well, you got a good backup forward option for someone who can play situational minutes when OG or Randle is out. You could put him in for 10 minutes a night, and he can hold down the fort. So the Knicks should definitely look to do that. And make sure you stay updated with all Knicks Digest information. We are going to release a few videos a day on Knicks news, rumors. Darielle and I are going to have some fun conversations for y'all. And 15% of our viewers are subscribed. So let's get those numbers up, guys. Have a great day. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. And go Knicks.